Hey you guys, I am back for video dose. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a stellar evening. For those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, as always, welcome back you guys, welcome back. Okay, so we are getting ready for video 2. I wanted to talk to you guys about this one as well. Where do I start with this? And I thought about this as well, and I was like, yes, let me go ahead and share that with you guys. I am always telling you guys that you matter, that you are here for a reason, you know. Everybody's reason is different, you know, and it all, you know, I don't think I could stress that enough. I really don't. You guys have purpose. Your life has purpose. Your life has meaning, you know, even when you don't think it does. You know, like I was just saying in the last video, people think because you go through the bad, it's always going to be bad, and it's just awful and miserable and terrible and blah, blah, blah. But when you connect, and this is the best way I can tell you, for anyone who thinks that their life is just terrible and is the worst, and you only feel that way because you're lost, you know, lost in spirit, you know, your heart sick, you know. I'm not gonna. No, I won't say. But you know what I mean? It's like you're lost, you know, and it's like life has lost its meaning. That's what I want to say when I say you're lost. Life has lost its meaning. It's not that your life doesn't have meaning. It absolutely does. It is, but in your spirit, you know, maybe you've been down for such a long time, you just feel like, you know, I'm nobody, I'm nothing. My life has no purpose. It has no meaning. Why am I here? What is the point of all of this? And it's when we're in those moments that, you know, you tend to feel like, you know, she's crazy. That's ridiculous. I'm nobody, you know, not everybody's life doesn't have purpose and meaning, and it does. It's just that sometimes we tend to forget that, and it's when we forget that things tend to get out of control, and I know that feeling. But I wanted to say this to you guys. When the Most High, I want you to really take this into consideration, okay? When the Most High created the earth, and he looked at it and he said, this is amazing. This is so beautiful, you know, but he cannot participate. He can't be. It's like he is in everything. You know how people say that God is everywhere, and yes, he is. He's in the trees, and he's in the earth, and he's in the, you know, the stars, and he's in everything in that way. But he wants to experience life, like experience it. You know what I mean? Let me experience what it's like to walk on this earth. Let me experience what it's like to, you know, do these different things. So, in order for him to experience all of that, he had to create man. And it is through man that he gets to experience all these things. This is why I tell you guys, you are so important. Okay? And it is through you that God is able to walk the earth. He can, you know, this is his opportunity to experience what he has created. You know what I mean? And he can experience what it's like to make friends when you meet someone else, and he gets to experience all of the little things that we get to experience because he wants to do that. But he's spirit. He's spirit. He's not of the flesh. So he created the flesh so that he can now come through you, because God is in every last one of us. We all know that God is in you. He's in me. He's in your neighbors. He's everywhere and everything. But he wanted to come into the physical form so that he can experience life as we experience it. He wants to experience our joys. He wants to experience our sorrows, so that when we are in those moments of sorrow and times of sorrow, he's there with you. He feels what you feel. He feels your hurt. He feels your pain. So on those days when you feel alone, when you don't have anybody and you just think that it's just you, know that God is with you. He's with you. He's there. He feels everything you feel. Okay? This is why you're here, so that he can experience all that life is. Okay? Now, having said that, what I wanted to say to you guys is, now that you are aware that God is in you and he's willing, he came through you so that you could walk the earth. So now you see you absolutely have purpose for being here. There's a reason for you to be here, aside from him being allowed to be of spirit, to come into you through spirit and experience all that he has created, the fun at the park and the barbecues and he gets to taste the amazing things that we taste and do the things that we do. Now, what I wanted to say to you guys is, it's very, very important, okay? When I tell you you have purpose, this is what I mean. God gave each and every one of us a gift, okay? And everybody's gift is different, as I'm brushing my teeth, I was thinking about Celine Dion, and God's gift to her was her voice. I'm always amazed by her, because when she sings, she literally has the voice of an angel, and I can see herself saying to herself, look at me, look at what I can do, look at what God has given me. He's given me the ability to sing like the angels, okay? And if anyone has ever heard her sing "Oh Holy Night," every Christmas I listen to it. Since that song came out, every Christmas I listen to it. And when you hear her sing that, it literally brings me to tears. Her voice is so pitch perfect. It's perfection. I've never heard anyone's voice be so perfect. You know what I mean? This is God's gift to her, and she used God's gift. This was, and her using God's gift to her enabled her to have the fortune that she's had. And so when I say that, I want you guys to understand, every last one of us has a gift. What it is, I don't know. You know what I mean? We have gifts that we have learned through past lives. I've told you guys that we've all experienced other lifetimes, and we have acquired skills and gifts, and so when you come into this earth, you're not just thrusted into the world and you don't know, you can't do a damn thing. Everybody can do something, and I know, and believe me when I tell you, I get when people are saying, okay, what about those who are, they're born with the diseases or illnesses where they're forced in a chair and they can hardly talk, and these people are special in and of themselves, because they're trapped in a world they can't come out and do what they do, but they serve a purpose nonetheless. Okay, because they're such pure spirits. You know how pure you have to be able to come into this world and have someone be and be completely dependent upon someone else to take care of you. You know what I mean? But and I know the struggle. I can only imagine what that could be like. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do it. But God is good. He sends people who are strong enough to do that. I'm gonna give you this person. This is it. Maybe your gift is to be this amazing soul. I have gifted you with an inner strength like no other. There isn't anything you won't be able to do. I will see to it that you want for nothing, so that you can take care of this spirit and do what you need to do and do what needs to be done. And yes, it is very difficult in those ways. I could get all off into that, but what I'm saying, let's now focus, on those. Like I said, there's that. It gets deep. It gets so deep. We could, if I had enough time, I'd sit here and we just dive deep and get all into that. This is what God said. I'm gonna send you this spirit and this soul, and you're gonna be the one who's gonna take care of this person. But I'm gonna make sure you want for nothing, and I'm gonna make sure that everything is that you need is there, so that you can do what needs to be done. And I'm gonna strengthen you with the kind of strength that no one else has. A whole unique strength, inner strength, in that way. But now, like I said, in referring to Celine Dion, he blessed her to sing like an angel. Oh my God, she's phenomenal. It blows my mind. I fall down every time I think about that. And this is what I mean. Some of you guys have amazing voices. God said, this is my gift to you. You can sing like nobody's business, and I want you to use that gift. I want you to take that gift and bless others with it. And then some of you get to use it in church. For others of you get to use it in song. I think about, all of the amazing singers over the years. Some are gifted with phenomenal talent. And when I say talent, like the dancers, there are some of you, and God has given you a phenomenal. Nobody can dance like you. I'm gonna make it so that when you dance, other people are just amazed, and you are going to be that one who can say, "Look what God did for me. Look how God made my body. Look at what I can do with this body that God gave me." Look at and whatever that energy is that flows through people who can dance so phenomenally and leave the rest of us in awe. So everybody has something. I can cook. When I cook, people come from miles to taste my food, and this is your gift. You can make people feel good through your food, or I'm so talented, I can make people look like $1,000,000. So he's blessed you with these hands. Look at what my hands can do. Look at how I can make this person's hair look unbelievable. Look at how, you know what I'm saying? God has gifted everybody with something, and it's up to you to figure out what that gift is. And he's given it to you because he wants to experience it with you, through you. He wants to feel that. Wow, look at, I bless this person with these great hands, and I can do, because God is in you. Wow, I get to make this person's hair look amazing. I get to make this person's nails look phenomenal. I can build buildings, and I can do, what I mean? Because what you do, God does. So understand you have purpose. Everybody's life has purpose, and it has meaning. Okay? And it's just up to you to figure out what that is. Some of you have been gifted with brilliant minds, and wow, look at what God did for me. My brain is so sharp. I can figure out, numbers and make things happen. I've been gifted with the gift of gab. I can talk somebody. I can talk my way into anything. You know what I mean? Not in a bad way, because some people tend to use that gift for gab in a bad way. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, and that's the other thing. Don't use the God's gifts for evil. Okay? And because when you do, trust and believe, it's always going to go bad. It's always going to go bad. I don't think people recognize or understand that enough. You feel like that, like this is such a great gift. I can talk my way into anything, and so I'm gonna, and I'm thinking something really negative, something so ugly, talk my way into a young lady's, or talk my way into a man's wallet, or I can, you know what I mean? You have gifts. Don't use your gifts for evil. Okay, God has blessed everybody with something. All right, and understand that this is why I tell you guys, your life has purpose and it has meaning. You're here to do something for this world. Okay, you're not here just to take up space. I'm giving you these gifts. I'm giving you these talents. And I want you to do them and use them and allow my gifts to bless you and allow me to the opportunity to do the amazing things that you do. You know? And I love it. When you think about it in those terms, this is why I tell you guys, you guys are more amazing than you know. You're more important than you know. Because if you're here, you're giving the Most High an opportunity to experience His world. Look at, oh my God, I get to experience, this. He gets to taste all the amazing things that we get to taste, and marvel, and he can marvel in it. Boy, cookies do taste good. Wow, oh my God, burgers, So when you think about it in those terms, wow, this is what it's like to wear this. And he, like I said, God also is there to experience the bad with us too. So just know that, He's there. He's in each and every one of us. And when you go out into the world with that, armed with that knowledge, you're far less likely to do wrong. When you remember that God is in me. God wants to experience something good today. So let me do something good. Whatever it is. I was thinking about work, but He's in everything. He wants to experience everything that we do. Everything. I want to experience, even when we do that. There's been days where I would come home and I'd just be so tired, and I was like, but God gave me the strength to get up, and He gave me the because I have legs, I can walk to work, and I can get there, and I'm strong enough to get through the day and do what I need to do, and this, that, and the other thing, and He gets to experience that. Wow, look at me doing this, that, and the third. Let's go, girl. Good. I love it. This is great. This is what you go through. This is what you have to do. Wow. Let's see if we can't get you into a better situation, or let's see if, you know what I mean? Or those moments when you're sitting still, in the quiet moments, that's your moment to interact with God, to just kind of sit and think, and have those conversations. Well, Father, I don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful for this job, but do you think you can hook me up with a little something better? Do you think you can? Let's see what else we can do, or let's try this, or can we do that? Or Father, you have such a big, beautiful world. I really would love to see some of this world. Can I see some of it before I go? Before death closes my eyes, can I see some of the world other than just where I'm staying? You know what I mean? Things like that, and have those conversations, and then watch it happen. So just know you have value, you have worth. You are here because God wants to experience the world, and He gets to experience it through you. So let's make sure that all of the things that the Most High experiences are as positive as possible. It's like imagine like your parents wanting to be you and experience you. You don't want to take your parents into a drug den. You know what I mean? You don't want to make your parents experience the ugly out here in the world. You don't want to do wrong. You don't want your parents to witness you doing wrong. And that is what it is. Our Father is coming through us, and He's like, oh my God, I want to go into the world. I want to know this, and I want to know that, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do it again and again and again and again. And so the world just keeps going, and this is how He gets to experience this amazing creation that He made. You know what I mean? I made the earth. I made the earth, and it's good. Now I want to experience it so bad. How do I do that? I'll take some of myself and I'll put it into this creature, and I'll call it man. And then I'm going to put this one in here, and I'm going to call it woman. And through them, I will get to experience life on this planet. Okay? So when you think about it in that way, you're less likely to do wrong. At least I am. Just really think about that. What am I putting God through today? Am I putting him through something positive? If we are going through the bad, sometimes that happens. Sometimes we make mistakes, and it's all a part of this whole experience. He's understanding that fully. As a matter of fact, God already knows what mistakes we're going to make. He's God. He knows. You know what I mean? So just when you do make mistakes, understand that he forgives you. He knew this was going to happen. You veered off to the too far to the right, and it's okay. God's GPS is going to get you back on track, and then you keep going. So yeah, I just wanted to leave that message with you. You have value. You have purpose, and understand you have gifts. He's given you gifts, and you are to use those gifts in as most positive a way as possible, okay? Because you want God to experience as much of the good as he can, and he understands we're going to experience the bad. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're human. We make mistakes. He understands that. God gets to experience the bad as well, and he wants that full human experience, the good, the bad. So it's all good, okay? But just try, it just helps when you say, you know what, let me not make God go through so much of the bad. You know what I mean? Let's try to make him go through as much of the good as possible, okay? All right, that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Nothing makes me happier than let you guys know you are so important. Through you, God gets to experience life. And hopefully he likes to experience life more abundantly, So let's try to focus on doing good, not so much bad, okay? All right. I love you guys. I will see you next time on the next video. You guys have a great rest of your evening. I will talk to you guys later. I'm losing light, and it looks like it's getting ready to storm. It's dark now, and I didn't put my light on. So I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.